Hello, Facebook. Back with another one. I know y'all tired of seeing my face. You know, I always gotta say that. But I am here to do the Dark Night of the Soul as well as Karmic Cycles. This is what I study today. And I wanted to share with you guys about the Dark Night of the Soul. Because I've been through the Dark Night of the Soul. And I've been through it. So I wanted to do study with you guys about the Dark Night of the Soul. So let's start. I hope y'all having a good day, Facebook and also YouTube. I hope y'all having a good weekend as well. And I hope y'all have a good week. I will be doing my readings after this. So my weekend readings, and then I'll start on my weekday readings. But I'm glad y'all doing good. Have fun for me for this weekend. Weekend. Okay, so let's start. So I am here to talk about the Dark Night of the Soul because I've been through it. So let's start. The Dark Night of the Soul is an influence term that describes a difficult and painful period in life. Surely as after death, divorce, illness, it can also be used as a symptom of crisis of faith. Deep personality and spiritual can include feelings of loss, despair, and also disconnection. It can also be mindful. It can also manifest physically as stress symptoms like headaches, body aches as well. The Dark Night of the Soul described as a crisis of faith. So a crisis of faith. When you go through the Dark Night of the Soul, you're not spiritual and you're not connected to your spiritual path as well. Dark Night of the Soul is you going through a lot of difficultness. You're going through a lot of trauma. You're going through a lot of things that's in your daily route that is unexpected. It's like a crisis. And you feel so low and depressed to the point you don't know where you need to go. It's like you don't know your purpose when you in the Dark Night of the Soul. You're not connected to the Most High God. You're not connected to Source. You're not connected to the Divine. You are just in a dark hole and you're depressed and down every day, feeling low, and your energy is low. Your body has aches as well as your mind as well. But let's finish up. This crisis may endure for a long time, the Dark Night of the Soul. 16th century, Saint John Cross in his poem. So in 16th century, John Cross is the one that identified the Dark Night of the Soul. The journey is called the Dark Night. It's part because the darkness, God is unknown. So let's say this again. Let me say this again. The journey is called the Dark Night of the Soul. It is a part because darkness, God is unknown. So it's like you don't even know nothing about God. You don't use God in your daily route. You don't identify God. You just get up every day and you just live in life. You don't pray. You don't recognize God. It says, it is the clouds of the unknown. So it's like you in the clouds and you don't even know the unknown. The Dark Night of the Soul is a stage of finally and completion. Performance. It is marked by conflict, helpless, as well as strategizing of the will, and a sense of the withdrawal of God present. So it's like you withdrawing from God. You're not identifying the Most High or the Divine or the universe. You just get up every day and go on your everyday life like it's nothing. But what y'all don't understand is you are alive because of the Most High. You are alive because of God. You live every day and every moment because of the Most High God. And so many people out in this world, I try not to judge others, but so many people out in this world do not identify God. They can identify their lover, they friends, they family, but they don't identify God. They job, how they look in front of other people, they accolades, the internet all the time, social media all the time. They can identify all those things, but the Most High. And people should identify the Most High because you are here because of the Most High. Your life is not guaranteed. You can leave the world at any moment, at any time. And that's why you have to identify the Most High. And that's why people go through crises, because they don't. They don't identify the Most High. And that's why in the Bible, a lot of the saints and also God's saints, they rebelled against God, and God had to show them that, baby, we ain't finna do this. Some of Jesus Christ's disciples didn't do what Jesus said, and they had to be shown because they didn't have no faith in the Most High. You get tested in this world every day. You tested in this world. Everybody think it's just a free thing to do, but you being tested, and God is testing you and me and everybody in the world. And when you getting tested, you want to pass, right? And if you don't want to pass, that's on you. So let's finish up. A sense of withdrawal of God's presence. It is the final unselfishness and the surrounding to the highest purpose of the divine will. The final stages in union with the objects of love. So love is the first thing. You supposed to love others no matter what. Jesus loved the others when he was down here. You supposed to love others, even your own enemies. You supposed to care for others, even your own enemies. Love is the key to anything, and you can get out of anything with love. It says here, the one reality, God's new purpose. So it's like that's how you find God. It says, but the dark night of the souls are followed by the most recent dawn in the soul perfect. The soul perfect at last, entering into incompletion. The dark night of the soul stages. Experiencing depression, surrounding and letting go. The conscious. The loss of ego. Being in the present and being spiritual awoken. So these are the dark night of the stages you're going through. You could be experiencing depression. Depression is a lot because I've been through it. Okay? Depression is a lot. When you depressed, you don't want to get out of bed. When you depressed, you don't want to deal with people. When you depressed, you're down and out. When you depressed, you feel like you're not worth nothing. You have to surrender and let go. Some people want to hold on to grudges and hold on to things. You got to surrender and let go. You have to lose your ego as well. Being in the present is the most thing. But the concern is your awareness of yourself and the world around you. So it's like the conscious is. So when you know what the conscious is. The conscious is when you're aware of yourself and the world around you. So you're aware of the things that you're doing and aware of your daily route. Your daily route is like you every day getting up, doing the things you need to do. But you also aware of the world around you, what is going on around you, and the people is going around you. Some people not even aware about what the people is around them. They aware of it, but they only care about the accolades, or they only care about how somebody make them feel. They don't look at the red flags. They don't look at the signs of what other people is about, as well as they don't look at the signs in themselves as well. And that is a downfall. That is kind of part of the dark night of the soul. The thoughts. So the conscious is thoughts, memories, feelings, sensitive in the environment. So it's like people choose to be around, like I keep telling you. Your thoughts is what you think of every day and a consistent thing. You can think negative. I used to think negative when I was in my 20s and things like that. I always thought and expect the worst. I also memories is of the past. They keep coming back to you and stuff. What I shoulda, coulda, woulda done. What I shoulda, coulda, woulda done. Yeah, them are memories. The senses is smell, touch, taste, hear, see. Those are the senses, and you should use those because you can see, hear, smell, and touch and feel. The environment around you is the conscious as well. And the environment around you is who you hanging around, who you kicking it with. They can put you in a messed up situation, and it can also get you killed.
Mommy.
Sorry about that. Facebook and YouTube. I had to talk to my kids. You know, when you got kids, you gotta talk to them. So let's finish up. It says here. Hold on, my hair. It says here, the unconscious. So, like in your environment, like I was telling you, it's who you hanging around, who you kicking it with, and things like that. It's what's around you, because they can get you killed. Like it can get you killed, as well as people will put you in messed up environments. Some people will hate on you. Some people won't like you. It's the people that you hang around. Yeah. It's the environment that you hang around. Okay? It says the unconscious. So the unconscious is content that there are, it says that they are unacceptable and unpleasurable. Surely as feelings of pain, anxiety, and conflict. That's the unconscious. Like you don't know your environment. You don't know what's going on around the world as well as yourself. See, people think you supposed to just care about your environment, but that's not true. You also supposed to care about yourself. Okay? And be aware of yourself. Some people is aware of the environment around them. That's what they so focus on in this world. Some people. Not all. But that's what they so focus on is their environment. They're not focused on their self. And they don't even know their selves. A lot of people don't even know who they are. They don't know their purpose. Why they here on earth. They don't know nothing about what they want to do. They don't know nothing. They just get up every day and want to look good for and some people even live life for other people. They want to be like other people and things like that because they don't even know they self. You get what I'm saying? I used to be like that when I was like in my 20s. I wanted to be friendly with everybody and thought everybody was my friend. And they wasn't nothing but my enemy. And today, now, people think people is their friends and even it's their own damn family. Their own family, their own friends, their own co-workers, their own lovers will stab them in the back because they will hate on you and betray you. And people is not aware of that. They so focused on the accolades. But they also not focus on themselves. If you focus on yourself, you're not going to accept anything and everything. You're not going to accept somebody to do whatever they want to do to you. You're going to speak up because you know yourself. You know what you don't like and what you do like. You know what you can accept and what you not going to accept. You know how to put boundaries up. You know your worth. Okay? Feeling, it says people feel helpless in situations that is beyond their control, life challenges. So it's like the dark night of the soul. It's like people feel, helpless in situations they cannot even control. Because you can't control everything. You can only control yourself. You get what I'm saying? And people in the environment around you, you can't control them. They can say whatever they want to say and do what they want to do. You got to be aware of what they got going on. And if you accept the stuff that they bring to you, that's on you. Because you have a choice to walk away, and you have a choice not to deal with nobody that ain't on your level or on your you can see, but people don't want to see. They want to, we doing it, we kicking it, we cool, huh? But then all of a sudden they stab you in your back. All of a sudden they chat talking about you behind your back like a dog, and then grinning your face. You see my videos with them masks on? People wear masks every day. They don't even reveal themselves. They so scared of showing the world a real them. It's pathetic. And whatever else going on in that world, they scared to show it. I'm not, though. I made mistakes in my life. And I'm not perfect of them. That's why I do this work now. Because I've been through that. I made mistakes after mistakes and learned karmic. I cycle after karmic cycle because I didn't want to change. And I didn't want to identify the things that I was doing. Not the people around me, but the things that I was doing to myself. Now, I'm peaches and cream, baby. I love myself. I love myself. You hear me? Jaco. And I love every day when I get up. Because I know that I could do whatever when I got the Most High with me. But I know myself. I know my dislikes now. I know that I ain't gonna deal with anything and everything. I know how to say no. I know how to put boundaries up. I know all that. So, and then we have in addictions to feel. It says we addicted to feel they can't. It says we addicted to feel they cannot change situations. People feel powerless to change themselves. Yeah, they feel powerless to change themselves. They don't want to recognize they wrongs. It's okay to be weak sometimes. It's okay to be weak and to identify your wrongs, man. That's how you learn in the world. That's how you really learn. Because if you don't identify your own wrongs, how you gonna teach somebody else something? Or how you gonna tell somebody else what they need to do and your life is shambles? Or how you gonna try to tell somebody some advice and your life is messed up? You can't. You gotta work on you and love who you are. Facebook and YouTube. It says, since the trade of their behaviors is increased in the unconscious, must be more powerful than they are. So it's like they don't even understand. It's like they so connected on the unconscious. And you know what the unconscious is. I just read it to you. The unconscious is unaccepting or unpleasure. Surely as feeling pain, anxiety, as well as conflict. All they care about is the conflict and pain and anxiety, and that's unconscious. Must be more powerful than they are. It says, so that is the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is you going through a crisis. The dark night of the soul is you going through a lot of pain and things that's going on in your life that you cannot control. And you are depressed, down. You want to be somewhere. Let's say you got a goal that you want to be, and then you don't get there. Let's see if you around someone and you want to have a life that they want to live, but you depressed about it. I've been through those roller coasters. I've been through that life. And when you go through the dark night of the soul, you find yourself and you be aware of the Most High God. You be aware of that because you're going through crisis. You losing your house. You losing your job. You can even lose your children. You losing everything you got in your life. You ain't even got no money. You ain't got a roof over your head. You on the streets. I've been there. I went through that struggle without having nothing. And guess what? That dark night of the soul woke me up. It made me realize that I need to be awoken and I need to give my life to God, the divine, the higher ups. Identify Him. Wake up every day and say, thank you, God, I'm alive. Thank you, God, I got a roof over my head. Thank you, God, I got food in my mouth. That is the dark night of the soul. So let's get to the Karmic cycles. A Karmic cycle is a reproach of patterns of events, emotions, or realizing that occur into your life. That is the Karmic cycle. It appears into your life as a options to break negative cycles and rapid great wisdom. The karmic of cycles may be occurred by codependent relationships between you and others. So it's like you want to be around somebody. I have went through this. Let me read this again to you, YouTube and Facebook. Karmic cycle may be occurred by a codependency relationships between you and others. Some people codependency is getting high every day. Some people codependency is having sex every day. Some people have a sex addiction. Some people have a spiritual addiction. Some people have what else? A narcissistic addiction, just about self. But codependency relationships is you codependent on other people. You codependent on being with your love every day and 24/7. You codependent on being with your family every day and waiting on your family to do something for you, or waiting on your lover to do something for you, crying about what you don't have. That's codependency. Hoping that this person gonna be there for you and fulfill you and give you the love that you deserve. But how the guy gonna give you some love that you deserve when you need to be giving love to yourself? That's how they gonna love you, when they see you loving yourself. If they ain't seeing you loving yourself, them people like, I ain't finna love you. Your lover ain't finna love you. Your family ain't finna love you. Your kids ain't finna love you. Ain't nobody in this world gonna love you if you ain't loving yourself. They gonna look at you like, oh well. It's like they so codependent on, is you gonna give me some money, or is you gonna do this for me? You shouldn't be codependent on nobody but you. That's who you should be codependent on. I love that. I'm codependent on nobody. Nobody I am codependent on. Because I have learned codependent on people is a downfall. Codependent on people will bring you in a black hole. Codependent on people will put you homelessness. Codependent on people will sit there and they'll treat you and step on you and sit up in your face. They don't care. This world don't care about themselves. For most of the people in this world, they only care about them. But the second commandment of Jesus Christ is loving others as you will love yourself. But people don't use that. They want to sit around here and act like they better than the next. How the hell you better than somebody else when you got failures and flaws yourself? Everybody got a failure and a flaw. And everybody got secrets too. Ain't nobody perfect in this world. You got to get up every day and realize that. Because if you don't realize that and you think you better than the next, that's not going to happen here. Or even in this world. But that's what's wrong with people today. They in the unconscious. They not in the conscious. They in the unconscious. They don't even identify. Some of them, they don't identify their own environment. And some of them don't even identify themselves. It says, how do you break a karmic cycle? Breaking the karmic cycle involves in what's that? Discussing the boundaries between self and nature, which releasing attachments to yourself. That's like loving yourself. Yeah, and putting up boundaries towards people like this is not what I'm going to do. You shouldn't care. If they come to you when they talking all fast, say, excuse me, you need to still listen to what I'm saying. And if they don't care, they can go on and walk away. Or you can walk away. You don't got to do what they want you to do. Who is they? They definitely ain't the Most High God. And they definitely ain't Jesus Christ. So you don't gotta you don't gotta do what somebody else tell you. The only way of you breaking the karmic cycle is identifying who you are, and also releasing attachments to self. That means looking at your negative failures and try to identify them first. You have to identify your failures first. Then you have to change them. I did it. It's steps to it. And it takes a while to do it too. It took me a year. Then I still had to go on and learn more and more and more and more and more. I had to learn. Because if I didn't learn, I would be in the darkness today. I had to move out of that negative environment as well. That's why I live somewhere else. I don't live in where a whole bunch of people be kicking in and parlaying, and that's all they do every day, getting high every day and kicking it and parlaying and all that other stuff. And I don't give a doggone care what nobody think about me. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it real. It's okay to have fun, yeah, but it's okay to also be in reality and take care of your responsibilities. And that's what's wrong with the world today. They don't. They want to kick it 24/7 and think that little bit is going to help them and satisfy them. But that's not going to satisfy you. I had to learn about my purpose and my dreams and what I wanted to do in life. And I had to go for it. It's hard to go for those purposes and them dreams. But when you put in the work every day and you look far back in the past of where you was, baby, bye, you feeling good, baby. Because I sure feel good. Because 4 years ago, man, I was down and out. 4 years ago, I was all everywhere but the sun. I thought I needed a man. Every time I turn around, I needed a man. Nah, baby. Them men brought me to my knees, baby, but they taught me lessons that I had to learn. Then 4 years before that, couple years before that, I had to identify about my family members too. Oh, I love my family, don't get me wrong. I love them dearly. They taught me lessons as well. You know, my uncle definitely taught me. Because he a strong man and he take care of his responsibilities. But I had to learn about my family. And now, a couple months back, I learned about my friends. Some friends you don't need to be around, and some family members you shouldn't be around, and some doggone lovers you shouldn't be around either. If your lover ain't helping you go to the next level, if your family ain't helping you go to the next level, if your friends ain't helping you go to the next level, even your own child ain't helping you go to the next level, you need to keep it pushing. Because guess who gonna help you go to the next level? And no matter what, he won't judge you. And that's the Most High God. That's the Most High God. Spirit. The divine. Because without him, you have nothing. Learning to release karmics from your life. And it takes liberty. Yeah, it takes liberty to let karmics. Because it's karmics and it's also high vibe people. And karmics is always negative. They always got something to say. But they there to teach you a lesson though. Karmics is there to teach you a lesson. I had to learn about karmics and high vibe people. And yeah. It says, what does a karmic connection feel like? The connection is described feeling like a maze, like you in a maze going through the same thing and the same thing and the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. It says you are meant to be or you must have known each other in the past lives. Unfortunately, while these relationships seem perfect, the karmic bond quickens because of unhealthy attachments. So it's like you unhealthy with the person you around. I had to identify that. It says, what is a karmic cycle? Feeling a powerful connection into other person. Have a sense you met before. It says having a sense you met before. Patterns of ongoing conflict. Knowing to resolve challenges for the past relationships or childhood. Feeling a sense of really then a general connection. What caused a karmic cycle? A karmic cycle is a cycle of repeating events caused by a action. It is the belief that we are creating these cycles. Yeah, it's like you the one that creating them. Because you keep going through the same thing with this person and the same thing with your family, the same thing with your lover, the same thing with your coworker, the same thing with your child, the same thing. It is the belief that we create these cycles through the choices we make during our lives, which brings us either happiness or suffering. Karmic rules by the world. Karma is ruled by the world. What happens after a karmic cycle ends? A karmic cycle, patterns of events, emotions, and realizing that manifesting in one life as resourcing of these karmic lessons. So releasing these karmic lessons, it is an opportunity for us to break low vibe cycles and embrace performance of wisdom. So that is how you get rid of a karmic cycle. You have to change it yourself. You cannot keep. You can meet karmic people and they can put you in a cycle and a repeating thing over and 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 over until you identify it. YouTube and Facebook. You have to identify it. And you have to change it. You have to change yourself as well as you have to change your environment and the people that's around you. I am so happy y'all came on my channel, but I know I gotta go. But that is a karmic cycle. Okay? And karmic cycles will put you in a repeated thing as well as the dark night of the soul. Okay? Dark night of the soul, you have to change it. Or you will live in repeated cycles. I've been through it. I've done it before. And that's why I am happy today. And feeling good. And blessed. So let's see. Let's pour one of these for my viewers. What's this for my viewer? We have her release self-doubts. Let go of fears. So release self-doubts and let go of fears. Facebook and YouTube. And it says practice sham. Create a scarce space. So have a scarce space for yourselves and give yourself time to meditate. Give yourself time to think. Give yourself time. Okay? And it says take criticism into kindness. So when people tell you things, you should take that criticism for kindness because it can teach you a lesson. I know. That's why I listen to others, because it will teach me a lesson and it might help me in my life. So that is for you, YouTube and Facebook. I am glad y'all came on my channel, and I'll see y'all when I do my readings. Y'all take care. Mwah. Love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you.